I'd go from bronze to mythic if I could only open some rares.
That's freaking terrible.
But we'll work hard to solve the format.
7 wins.
And I'm sure we'll make it there.
All right, what is up, my friends? Welcome to Bronze to Mythic Kamigawa Neon Dynasty.
We have technology.
That's right, and episode 3, draft number 3. A little bit of an inauspicious beginning. Only 5-3 in our first 2 drafts, so we're entering draft 3 in silver, which is not a common occurrence here on Bronze to Mythic. That's okay. A lot of cards in the set. A lot of dense things to read. Definitely gotta take a few drafts to kind of get a feel for what cards are good and not good. But it's okay. That's okay. We lost some rares. I'm not really worried about it. If you're first time here, this is a show where I draft my account from Bronze 4 all the way to Mythic, and we learn the format together. This is going to be my 3rd draft in this format. So episode 1 is my first draft in the format, and we are learning as we go and having a little bit of fun too. Just a tiny bit. Just un peu amount of fun. So let's jump right in, and let's open up, I can't pronounce it. Django and Gang, whatever. Seat of the Empire. So obviously a really good card. It's obviously weird to take a land, but it's a removal spell and also a land. That's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. Other options here: Banishing Slash is pretty cool. You've also got Dockside Chef, which is pretty sweet. Kamano faces Kakazan is pretty cool. And everything else is pretty far below all that. So interesting. Eganjo. That makes sense. Eganjo. Seat of the Empire. Eganjo. So, I mean, this card is really good. Is it better than Banishing Slash? We were the black-white balance deck previously. The balance deck is like the have an artifact and enchantment. I don't really like it that much. I'll just take the land here. I should take the land. Just like super good. Just take the land. Take the rare. And you get past the pack with a rare missing and Touch of Spill Realm. Great. It's a good removal spell. Pretty easy pick there, I think. It's also a Goshintai of Ancient Wars and another Kamano Faces Saga. So we're passing a lot of red. Important to make note of that. Mazda resub. Thanks so much. You're awesome. Otherwise, not much going on here. Careful Cultivation is kind of cool. It's like the Channel Llanowar Elf. But yeah, pretty easy pick here. I guess the Guide Bot's kind of cool too. And if you're just tuning in for the first time, Bronze to Mythic, the overlay you're looking at right now is the untapped.gg overlay. It is the Draftsmith overlay, free to download. Please use my link in the chat or the link in the YouTube description so I get credit for the download. It's free to download. It's phenomenal. Every Magic Arena player should use it. And of course, they sponsor me, so having the thing is good. Cool. So you have Touch of Spirit Realm and Seat of the Empire. And we're past the back here. Mobilizer Mech. I mean, kind of a cool card. If we're vehicle-y. Temperate and Solitude is Dragonfly Suit. Amulous Completion, super solid card. Completion is probably just better than the Mech is, honestly, if I take a blue card. Preserver is fine. I would say that we do have some enchantment-y cards so far. This card is pretty solid, honestly. So I think our picks here are basically Completion or Preserver. So we want to be blue-white or green-white. Green-white is definitely going to be a more enchantment-y deck. Blue-white is supposed to be like vehicles and stuff. Are passing the Mech, but whatever. I'm gonna take the completion. I'm gonna take the completion.
Now his failure is complete.
And we get paid off here. We get past a bunch of blue and white cards. We have Skyblessed Samurai, which is affinity for a 4/4 flyer for enchantments, which is already looking pretty good for us. We have Golden Tail Disciple, which is fine, honestly, which is just a fine card. And then we have Sky Simmer Cool, which is a solid card as well. Modern Age, also pretty solid. So this is 4 cards of all pretty close value. I'm not sure which one's best. Skyless Samurai is kind of cool, but I'll have a lot of enchantments, obviously. Sky Simmer Koi. I mean, like, we care about enchantments, and Modern Age and Skyblast are better. Sky Simmer might be a little better in a vacuum. Modern Age is pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I don't know what to take here. I'm going to be totally honest. I'll just take Modern Age, I guess. Not really sure, honestly. Not really sure. All right, you passed a lot of blue-white cards. That's pretty cool. Moonsnare Special is obviously pretty sweet. Also in Jono Exemplar, pretty solid card, but I think we're taking the Specialist. It's a Futurist Operative, a 3/4. 3/4 creature that can attack as an unblockable 1/1, which is kind of cool, and then untap to be a 3 power creature, which is kind of cute. A lot of words though, not necessarily great. So Exemplar or Moonsnare here feel pretty good. Moonsnare feels pretty awesome. A little ninja action. Just a Mana War also, which is totally fine. So let's go there. Definitely don't have my card evaluations down yet. A lot of blue cards, jeez. Because obviously the set's very new, and there's a lot of the cards in the set seem to vary wildly in playability based on what else goes around them. So pass the bag with a Kami's Flare. This is a good removal spell. Pretty interesting late picks. Also a Completion, another Specialist, Prototype, Spell Pierce. I mean, Specialist is like particularly good if we're Ninja-y. I'm a little tempted to take Completion over Specialist because we don't have many early attackers yet. We had Subies in our last deck, and they were fine, but I'm going to take Completion here. Take the Safeguard. It's also an enchantment, between some enchantment stuff, so hi, Karn. Goshintai of Lost Wisdom. This card's pretty sweet, actually. A 2-mana 0/4 flyer is very reasonable, and then it can just slowly mill your opponent out, which is kind of cool, too. It's also a Sphere, a Suit, Terrarium is fine. I'll take Saga here. Or, I mean the Shrine. We haven't too many white cards. White is dried up a little bit, but obviously these are both splashable, so I'm just going to take the Ghost Shintai and experiment with it. We have a lot of enchantments now. Not that blue necessarily wants a lot of enchantments, but alright. And now you get past a Bronze Plate board, which is pretty good. And then a Imperial Recovery Unit, which is a 3/4 vehicle that can return small creatures. Don't really have any small creatures yet. Don't really have any small creatures. We can mill ourselves for it, which is kind of cool. But yeah, I mean, just taking the recovery unit here. So we think we're white. Spell Pierce, Iron Apprentice. I'm actually kind of down on Spell Pierce, honestly. There's a lot of vehicles, a lot of sagas. It's pretty cool in our last deck. It doesn't always work, but it does really, really good. There's also a Apprentice, which I'm not really interested in. I'll take the, there's also like an entry here, which is fine. I'll take Spell Pierce. Take Spell Pierce. Mirror Shell Crab, Arm Guard Familiar, Song Shaper. So white's definitely drying up. White's definitely dried up for sure. Blue seems kind of open. This card's just like a fine 2-drop. Crab's like okay. Take the 2-drop. And another Iron Apprentice. The Preserver Tables. Wow. That is very surprising. This card seems great. This seems great. So, kind of backdooring into like blue-green again, unintentionally. Emergence, Centipede, Ogre, all really bad. Yeah, I mean, whatever. The Operative Tables, the Centipede Tables, not a very good card. Yeah, sure. Prototype, sure. So, the only thing we know so far is that we're blue. And our cards aren't particularly great. We open up a Greasefang Okivi Boss, which is certainly a fine card, but a little off like where we're sort of at. Also, Besasia Reaches Skyward, kind of a sweet card. Kind of a sweet card. We do have a couple of green cards. Not really many, though, honestly. There's also a Specialist, Cultivation. Selfless Samurai is kind of cool. He's made some hard drafts. I'm not going to lie. He's made some hard drafts. This card is pretty big. This becomes a huge reach creature. Let's take the Ninja. All right, I'll try this. Green seem kind of open. don't like being blue-green again necessarily, but... Alright, we get past the Reign of Truth. This card's insanely good. Insanely good. Seismic Waves, also pretty good. It's just been challenging. Sky Simmer Koi is pretty solid. We have 3 white cards. Splashing is certainly reasonable in this format. Looks like it's a lot of dual land stuff. Exemplar. We don't have many enchantment thingies, so enchantment stuff's kind of eh. I think we're just gonna Sky Swimmer. I think we're gonna just keep taking some blue cards and try and figure out if we're green or we're white.
Ninja vanish.
All right. A lot of green cards, and this card's pretty sweet. This card's definitely pretty sweet. This card's fine. There's 1 solid white card, a couple blue cards. I think we're taking the Ninja Turtle here. Taking a Ninja Turtle, Leonardo. I'm down. So I think we're going to be blue-green again, which is weird. But... Alright, Tech Wrecker it is. We Tech Reckon. And we get past a Fall of Lord Konda, which is also pretty good. A splashing white is certainly doable. Generous Visitor is like really, really good if your deck supports it. Our deck doesn't really seem to support it. It is a 1-drop though, which is kind of cool. We have like no enchantments. We have some enchantments, not that many. Historian's Wisdom. Well, field +2/+1. Draw a card. It's kind of cool. I mean, Visitor is pretty good. Just like cheap. We can ninja off it also. I guess I'll take Visitor. Samurai Sentinel. Jeez. So now there's no green cards and no blue cards. Oh, man. These drafts have been tough. These last 2 drafts have been really tough. I mean, Sunblade Samurai makes sense for splashing the white cards. Just kind of works, honestly. Kind of like that. It's also an enchantment, too. We can just cast it. So we're, like, probably splashing white. I mean, Bearer Memory is not particularly great. Reality Heist, not particularly great. We don't have artifacts for it. I don't think we do, at least. This has got to cost, what, like 4 or less to be good? Probably 3 to be, like, actively good. Crab's fine, I guess. Moonsnare and the Modern Age? Wow. Modern Age plays better with our Visitor. I think it's a better card, honestly. I don't think I'm like super on this card, honestly. It just hasn't felt great to me so far. It's also a Fade into Antiquity, but we're gonna Modern Age. Just keep the cheap creatures coming. Jukai Trainee, Containment Construct. Now this card's actually really good with our 2 Modern Ages. That's actually kind of awesome. Trainee and Koi are both fine. And the Koi, too, yeah. I kind of like this. Just a 2-drop, worst-case scenario, also. Essence Capture? Okay, that's fine. It's like a fine card. Imperial Oath and some garbage. Right now, our green cards are, like, not great. We have, like, a few green cards, but, like, nothing really crazy. This Imperial Oath. Card's good. I don't know it's great in our deck, though, but let's take the Oath. Cultivation is just a Lana Elf. Just fine. We have a lot of cards. Historian's Wisdom. This card's fine, too, right? Just a cantrip 2/2/1. Alright. Futurist Sentinel. All right, we have a lot of cards. We have a lot of cards. Okay, pack 3. We open up a Megazord. A Megazord. We have
technology.
Oh man! All right, We don't really have any vehicles or artifact creatures though, so whatever. There's a Merge Keeper mana creature, another Tamiyo's Completion, a Geothermal Kami, which is whatever. Mighty Morphin Time. Mighty Morphin Time. So it's like Completion or Merge Keeper here. I feel like it's probably just the Merge Keeper. Man, completion's pretty good. We already have 2 completions though. Our curve is not great. Creature. Thirst for Knowledge, Covert to another Kappa Tech Wrecker. This card does seem really, really good. Just like basically an FTK in this format. Passing Thirst, Stalker. I don't like Stalker. Yeah, pretty easy wrecker here. So
here's that Kami War deck I commented on YT about. Glad to catch a stream.
Downright, thanks so much. You great. Sky Swimmer, Fang of Shigeki. I kind of like the Fang here. It's just like fine. I kind of get my enchantment count up for the Visitor. It's cheap. Sky Swimmer is good. We have a lot of 4-drops right now, so I don't think we necessarily need another 4-drop. Whereas this card's cheap. It blocks well. Triggers stuff. Also, Brute Suit. I don't know if I'm underrating this card. It seems pretty good when it's played against us. Take the Fang. We're definitely blue-green. We're not sure if we're splash. I don't think we're splashing, honestly. Is a Ninja's Kunai. Also a character Cultivation, Sphere, Air. Guidebot is kind of cool in our blue-green deck. So we don't actually have that many counters, though. Jeez. So many cards that we could possibly play. This is like a Lightning Bolt for 3 mana, which is like pretty good in our blue-green deck. It's lacking removal spells. Guidebot is good with Construct. Why? Taking to this thing. Another Fang of whatever. A Thornwood Falls. Like, I kind of don't want to splash. The splash cards aren't, like, great. No, I kind of want to be more consistent, I think. Thorn Falls is fine. I think I just want the Fang. Just keep the curve nice and low. We don't need fixing in a 2-color deck. I don't think we're going to be a 2-color deck, so... okay. Terrible pack. This card's obviously good. We're not playing white. I don't think we're not splashing it, obviously, so... I'm supposed to take it, whatever. I don't think we're going to play it. Another Preserver. This card's great. This card's pretty awesome. Kind of wish I had taken the artifact creature, but like taps to draw cards if you have modified stuff. But take Preserver. Trespassers. Tap 2 things. That's kind of cool. It's like a Blinding Beam. We're like kind of aggressive. There's also this flying thing too. It's pretty cool with some ninja stuff. I don't even know, honestly. I think we're not playing the card we take this back anyway, so. Geothermal Kami can return enchantments. We don't really need that for anything, honestly. I doubt we're splashing. We'll take this. Another Imperial Oath, which is pretty good, but again, not really like super in line with what our deck's trying to do, I don't think. I think we're just like a low curve blue-green deck. I don't even know. Sphere, sure. Sphere, sure. So we got to cut these cards down here. Not playing this. I don't think we're playing the white cards. Thundersteel. Jeez, that's an insanely late Seismic Wave. That card seems great. Okay. So, kind of a weird deck. It's honestly oddly similar to our last deck, which is not necessarily a great thing. The deck wasn't particularly good, but we do have a very low curve, double Tech Wrecker. Let's lay this thing out. What's my green screen freaking out? Everyone, close your eyes for 1 second. Okay. All right. So yeah, blue-green. I'm feeling just like straight blue-green here. Just cut all lands. Cut the white cards. It's funny because now the recovery unit is actually pretty good in our decks. We have a lot of cheap creatures, but cut Prototype, cut Spell Pierce, Commune, Fang, Visitor, Ninjas, whatever. Familiar. Now our Lost Wisdom feels kind of bad because we're kind of like more aggressive. Essence Capture, Merge Keeper, Construct. This makes a Llanowar Elf. Is that even good in our deck? This card's terrible. Wisdom's fine. Companion's fine. A lot of 4-drops. Let's cut the Sentinel. I cut the Operative, too. This card just seems bad. Huh. We have, like, a few good white cards. You know, splashing white could definitely be a thing. It's funny. Our blue cards actually aren't that good. Maybe we, like, tunneled on blue early and just, like, shouldn't have been blue. Because our blue cards, beside from, like, the 2 Modern Ages and the 2 completions, aren't particularly good. Like, these white cards are all, like, pretty good comparatively. But there aren't, like, enough of them to, like, fill out an entire deck. Ay, ay, ay. Completion, Skyward. Yeah, white did seem a little open in pack, too. It's definitely a thing. Thundersteel Colossus. We have some mana. Like, we actually have, like, a decent amount of mana and, like, not much to do with it. Our walls not yet. Yeah, the blue card quality definitely seemed kind of mopey. I'm not sure. Like, Oath, Samurai, Touch, Reunit, Enlightenment all seem pretty good. If we were to cut, like, Familiar, this thing, Capture, Moonsnare is fine. Moonsnare could also bounce our Tech Wrecker, which is pretty insane, so cut, like, the Koi, and then add the white cards. Is that better? And just, like, sort of, like, double splash. Like, it feels worse as a deck. As Koi's go with this thing, too. So now we're, like, splashing. I mean, splashing Modern Age isn't the worst. It is, like, a way to stop flooding later in the game. This looks stronger, but not necessarily better. Because it's not, like, that strong, so I might first prefer the consistency. Like, white card-wise, like, these cards are okay, you know? I don't think I like this. We're not, like, I don't think we're gaining enough. And I feel like a lot of the cards we are already playing kind of need to curve out a little bit. So we put in, I think this card's, like, okay. It's also this thing that it's not a wall. It can attack, so you can ninja off of it. You can play Essence Capture 2-drop. I also don't hate playing Spell Pierce, honestly. Oh, the Koi too. 25 cards, Commune. Tough drafts. Yeah, playing Thundersteel's not, like, crazy, honestly. It's not crazy. Let's, like, not play Spell Pierce, I guess. Commune. Death Touch counter. This card seems kind of bad. Just, like, a bad mana creature. Just, like, almost worse than the cycling card is. I guess we want to cast this thing on turn 3, possibly. It's kind of cool. 2 Preservers is pretty good also. Maybe we'll, like, cut the wall. It's an enchantment for Visitor. Can make the ninjas get through. Gotta cut something. I don't love our companion either. Just like fine. Tough. These builds have been tough. I gotta say, this has been a tough format so far. This has been a tough format so far. The card values are all wildly different. You know, it's not just like static values. Maybe we just don't play Commune. We only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess we have 11 enchantments. That's a lot. Just like just not play it though, you know. Something's helping us that much. So yeah, I'm gonna cut the Commune and just play 16 lands, I think. I'm not sure about this deck, honestly. I'm not even sure how we build it right, honestly. We are leaving some pretty good white cards on the bench. We have double Preserver, we have Boseiju, we have Flyers. We can definitely break through in that regard. Yeah, this is much more synergistic as a Simic deck than a Bant deck. The Bant deck just kind of like adds some good cards, but doesn't like. I think it makes the rest of the cards worse. We're gonna run this. I think this is our deck here. Is it good? I'm not sure, honestly. I'm not sure. Tough first few drafts here on Bronze and Mythic, but I believe this is our deck. Let's add some lands. Not playing the Haven. Probably 9. I think 8/8's fine. So this is our deck. Episode 3, Bronze to Mythic prediction time. 7 wins, yay or nay. We're currently in Silver 2. Make your predictions, please. YouTube folks, please pause the video. Scroll to the bottom. Scroll to the comments and let me know, are you a believer or a non-believer? All capital letters. Let me know what you think, and let's see what we can do here with this guy. Another scrappy, crappy Simic deck. That's 2 in a row. That's 2 in a row here on Bronze and Mythic. All right, here we go. Round 1. The votes are coming in, and got an even split here. Believers and non-believers. Believers and non-believers. Scrappy, crappy Simic once again. And hand's fine. Hand's fine. Fang plays pretty well with ninjas, honestly. Like, pretty well with ninjas.
Go ninja, go.
Let's go. Let's go. Alright. Sure. Ship it. Play our construct. This card is like extremely powerful. Obviously needs to be built around, but really, really powerful card. Just like all your cards get madness. Kappa Tech Wrecker. So I guess no point in ninjaing this in right now. We just leave Capture up, I guess, right? That's pretty sweet. Just attack. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. 4 damage to our construct, whatever, sure. Whatever. Take up. Kitsune Ace. Or Kitsune Ace. I guess. Just want to, like, cash this thing in, I think. Don't love it, but... We draw Forest. Weird hand. Weird hand. Removal spell, bounce spell, sort of removal spell. Opponent's not doing anything. We draw Modern Age, don't want to discard anything. Oh, man. Another intervention? Man. My poor creatures. I guess we just cast this. We draw a good spell, I remember. Pretty sad, but draw land, please. That's not a good spell. Whatever, it's fun. Alright, say go. Draw another land. Loot. Cool. That's pretty sweet. We like that. We like that. Six planes. Sega. Attack. Just say go. Really weird game. There's like not doing anything. All of our cards are pretty reactive. Just 7 planes. Preserver's pretty sweet. Put a... Kind of want to bounce this with the Wrecker. Or the Specialist. So we'll put the Preserver counter on the Familiar, I guess. Pump it. Bop it. Sure. You gonna Wrath me? Please don't Wrath me. I think I've Wrathed enough times already. Alright, I'm just gonna attack again. Alright, this is a pretty fun first game here. Opponent is literally doing nothing. Maybe they're like the greediest Wrath player in the world. They're just like, I'm gonna hold this thing forever. I'm never gonna cast it till they have 1 life left, and I'm gonna get it. Yeah, got him missing a color here. They're gonna arrest my ward creature. Okay. Anything else? Alright. Fun first game. Bronze to Mythic, episode 3. Let's rock and roll. Brought to you by...
Cool Stuff Inc. is proud to sponsor Jim Davis. We offer great deals on card games, tabletop RPGs, board games, and more. Get a free token featuring Jim Davis and take 5% off your next order if you use the code JIM5 at checkout. CoolStuffInc.com. Cool stuff in stock.
Both teams played hard. Both teams played hard. Alright. Hand's not great, but it's fun. It's fine. We'll take it. We'll take it. You know, we're going to take it. Non-believers are sweating. Island go. Not exactly the curve out hand we're looking for, but... Commune with Spirits. Okay. Zap, zap, zap. Splash, splash, splash. Zap, zap, zap. We draw a Beseju. Alright, I mean, like, it's another 4-drop, but it's a good card, so it's fine, I guess. Virus Beetle. That's pretty awkward, because we kind of want to discard a land here, but if you draw, like, spell, it's pretty hard. I just want to keep my spells, though. Could discard the Thundersteel Colossus. It does cost a lot. We're getting lands off this thing, though. I'm discarding a land. I'm super greedy. I'm super greedy. Let me draw the ninja thingy. Super greedy. What set of the worst draft experience? The D&D set wasn't very fun. D&D set wasn't very fun. Maybe I'm greedy. I don't know. They get a ninja me and then do it again. We just like... Ah, jeez. They're not going to kill it, though. Okay. They're not going to kill the thingy. And we draw a land. Alright, I guess I'm the worst. I'm so greedy. I'm so greedy. I probably should have just discarded the Colossus. I just wanted to cast this, get 2 lands, cast this. You know, I'm just so greedy. I'm just so greedy. So they have is Kappa Tech Wrecker. And they also have a Twisted Embrace off of the thing. That's so sick. And we don't draw. I asked for this. This is my fault. This is my fault. I'm just too greedy. I'm just too greedy. Cast Virus Beetle. Whatever. Discard the Colossus. Just so greedy. I'm just so greedy. Alright, they gotta kill my thingy. No. We draw a land. As long as they get ninja this thing again. Alright, we drew land. We can just like completion the tech wrecker, I think, which is a pretty good idea. Because I don't want them to kill my Skyward with this thing, so just say go. Just say go.
Now his failure is complete.
Take it. Don't play a big boom boom here. No, no 6/5 trample. Thank you. No 6/5 trample. Well, they do have a artifact and enchantment, so... Alright. So now I get to play this thing. And get 2 forests. I mean, it's all kind of working out for us, right? We missed land on a turn or two, now we should have a million lands. This is great. Play this, there you go. And now, now we're, like, kind of okay. I mean, they're kind of flooding a bit. They're going to lethally exploit my Death Toucher, sure. Get in for a bunch. Don't ninja me. God damn it. Come on! What is this? And they just played my Tech Wrecker. I'm right on top of my library. No thank you. Ugh. Alright. This card's pretty ridiculous. And they have another Beetle in their hand, too. We can play a 4/4 Preserver with Essence Captura. They have a second Tech Wrecker. Oh, man. Ugh. This card's obviously ridiculous. And limited. Play this. Say go. We can discard the Shrine to the Beetle. We can bless this king thing, block this. If Essence Capture, we play a creature. Come on. I think we're dead. I think we're dead. I mean, I probably did it to myself, you know? If I just kept playing, it probably would have been alright. I'm greedy. I'm greedy. They attack, they kill this thing, and we're just dead. Card's good. Card's good. Stole my card. Steal more cards? Yeah, that's pretty good. Alright, that's fine. That's fine. We got a free win. We gave a free win back. That's fine. We're 1-1. Bad play on my part. Bad play. Too greedy. Too greedy. 1-1. 1-1. Alright. Hand's good. Hand's good. We got our Visitor. We got some enchantment creatures. We got a Ninja Turtle. And we get an opponent in the tank. Opponent in the tank. Yeah, like, I hate flooding in limited. I hate... You just can't win. You just have spells, you know? So, I really try and lean against flooding when I can, but not always right, you know? Man, double Fang Shigeki also. Woo! Boy. Woo! Let's do it. Let's just go. Let's just do it right now. It's a constructed level opening. Act for 3 on turn 2. Let's go. We got our Tech Wrecker too. They're going to disenchant one of these. Go ahead. Go ahead. Make my day. Make my day. Draw Preserver. Alright. We could, like, just channel here and be, like, hyper-aggressive, but that's pretty insane, so... Just gonna say go. Just gonna say go. We got a Ninja next turn. A little spoiled with Blood Tokens last format. Yeah, what is going on here? These are just the worst games of all time. Opponents just don't do anything. Like... We just jam here, right? Just, like, double counter on the Visitor, attack for a bunch. I think so. We're going to knock up counters from the Fang to win a Ninja it later, so... We can even Ninja... Oh, man, Ninjaing the Preserver in combat is insane. You can Ninja it and then channel it immediately. That's pretty cool. A lot of stuff going on in the set. A lot of stuff going on in the set. Not on our opponent's side of the board, but a lot of stuff in general. All right. All right. 3 games so far. They've all been terrible. They've all been terrible. 2 opponents not drawing lands, and then me keeping a terrible mistake. That's okay, though. Bronze and Mythic. Real game coming up. Real game coming up. Sure. Sure. Fine. Land moth. Like a moth to the flame. Alright. I mean, want to draw blue, obviously, but we got our little Ninja Turtle here. They're going to play the Ninja thingy. And they're going to equip. I think we're just going to attack record that, I think. Attack record. Stop them from bolting us. And then maybe we can bounce this later also. Yeah, I think it's fine. Be the sickest to draw that 1-drop afterwards. I think we kill it. Yeah, I'm gonna kill it. And say go. We don't like that much ninja stuff, but paid actors, I guess. First time I read that follow button, watching on YouTube, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I promise some good games today. I promise. We're gonna play some good games today. Because I don't know what's going on. This has been weird. 4 games of literally nothing. Literally nothing. Just a dog sleeping and me sitting here. I would like to play some games. I'm not afraid to play games, you know. There we go. Reinforced Ronin. Get it for 2. Love it. Love it. Alright, we got a careful cultivation. Okay. Okay. Real games. Opponents that have put up a fight. No, we're not gonna block this. A sneaky little damage outlet. So we can like cultivate for a Llanowar Elf. We could just put this on the Fang, which is pretty bad also. I like huge on this card. I like huge on this card. Just play this thing and equip it also. I don't like hate that. Get back. I'm gonna make a Llanowar Elf, I guess. We'll have capture up next turn. Yeah, this card seems kind of eh. It's like, don't really need a 1/1 mana dork, you know? They're just like actually not doing anything. Although I will be dead in 10 short turns. So you have a Llanowar Elf on an elf. We have another land. They're gonna Kami's Flare my Fang. Sure. I'm just gonna say go. I'm not gonna play this and reveal that I have this, so. Just play a good 4-drop, please. Stop playing this stupid Ronin. Freaking Hawkeye here. Nope, can't capture that one. Jesus. Attack for 1, no crew. Weird. Oh, it doesn't have haste, right? Sky Simmer Koi, great. Now I feel totally validated for holding onto these lands. I say I didn't play any lands. I'm sorry, for drawing these lands. I don't know what I'm talking about, making shit up. But now I can play this thing and loot. We're gonna do that. Play this, loot. Visitor is cool. I'm gonna discard the forest though. Alright, sweet. Good card. Good card. Good fish. Good fish. Sunblade Samurai. It's a 4/4. God damn it. Nice essence capture. Nice essence capture, Jim. Can't even ninja down the Samurai. You have a flyer. We're at 12 already, too. This Reinforced Ronin's done some freaking work. Done some freaking work. Could block here, but this is like our only actual card. So I'm not going to block. We draw Beseju reaches skyward. That's a little slow, but cool. We can Play Visitor, put a counter on the Sky Swimmer. And then we can equip the thingy to the koi. We're not going to block the Samurai. I'm sorry, that I can't even use it because it has an activation cost also. Yeah, we just say go here. This is fun. Say go. Koi defends against the suit, and we can chump block the Samurai, but like have to. Imperial Subduer. God damn it. Remember our Samurai attacks alone, tap something. Gross. We're gonna chump block here. We draw Moon Snare Specialist. Not putting that one on top. We can bounce something and Essence Capture it on the way back down, which is pretty good. This thing still is like really, really good though. We kind of need to kill this. We're a mana short of using the. Oh no, we're not. We can Moon Snare and Ninja Thingy to kill this. But they still have a 5/5 attacker. I'm sorry, no, I bounced Sunblade, kill this. I just can't leave the Essence Capture up though. Subduer's good. Subduer's good. We get a big creature next turn. So next turn's like a big turn for us. We need to like turn the corner here a little bit. Again, I would really love to leave Essence Capture up. I just don't think we can. Then we have to use Moon Snare and the Ninja Thing here. So Ninja Thing, kill this Subduer, Mana War, bounce the Sunblade Samurai, and just like hold for a turn. Is what it is. Is what it is. Play this. Bounce Samurai. Equip this thing here. And we'll kill this now so they can use a pump spell or something like that. We're going to kill at the beginning of combat anyway, so. Alright, now we're going to say go. I want to block her for these things. So this is not a Samurai, right? Nope. Damn, resub. Thanks so much. You're great. Replace Samurai. And I think we stabilize, folks. I think we've stabilized. This ETBs. Let's somebody cast an enchantment spell? Sure. So now we have the 0/4 flyer. It's actually pretty good here. We have a 6/6. Wow. Turn the corner. Turn the corner. I kind of have an early scoop, but we'll take it. Corner turned. Corner turned. King Louis is here. King Louis. Louis. Alright, so. Yeah, Ant's great. Fang's in pretty good. Tiebreaker's pretty cool. That was a game. Yeah, my opponent did stuff. Definitely like a bit of an early scoop. A little bit, but. Doot. 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 Doot.
Go ninja, go ninja, go.
Alright, let's go. Fang and Shigekis all day, every day. So what's like the blue-green theme? So every color pair has like a theme. You know, typically red-white is equipment or whatever. You know, blue-black is ninjas in the set. What's the blue-green theme? Should we kill this with Tiebreaker? I kinda think we should. Kinda think we should.
Ninja vanish.
Huh. Turtle Recursion. Been pretty aggro with this card so far, but we have ways to like recur it and stuff, so. Like it literally looks like Leonardo, you know? Someone's gonna sue somebody. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So next turn's recast both Fangs. You have a Sky Simmer lined up. Scrappy crappy. Scrappy crappy. Need to go back. New follow. What's your name? Where you from? I'm sorry, that's not a sub. Whatever. You're here. You're a new follower. What's up, my friend? And I hit that follow button, Black Swamp, you got it. Attack with the Kappa, you got it. Play my Death Touchers, you got it. Let's go. Let's go. Ninjas all day. Ninjas all day. You got a flyer? They got some lands. Alright, they have mismatched. That's interesting. Crossing streams over here at the Theros lands and the Kamigawa lands. Look, my Koi is a friend. This card sucks. I don't know how we're playing this card. This card seems terrible. We're gonna jam. Nothing. Alright, I mean... So there you go. Bolt sets are enchantment sets. You are true. You are true. They're gonna arrest my poor fishy. Modern Age is a great draw. That's a great draw. Get my loot on. Discard this land. Attack for tiny of a bunch. I didn't play this. Like, I don't know if I want this. I guess it's better than a land. Alright, sure, whatever. My army of scrappy, crappy 1/1s. Please, God, don't farewell me. Please. Man. This really is the worst draft of all time. Worst episode of Bronze to Mythic ever. Alright. Karn's a filthy mutt. Karn's a filthy mutt. There's a lot of things. There's a command for it in chat. Alright. Yeah, sure. This is quite the motley assortment of cards, but I guess. Alright, so... I have this card every time. This card's like fine, the Wisdom. Modern Age? Sure. I'm honestly fine to loot this thing away. This thing's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Play Modern Age. And draw a... Yeah, I'm just gonna loot the wall away. We just don't need this freaking card. If we had more, like, enchantment synergies, sure. But, like, we just don't need an 0-4 wall in our deck. So this card's really good, but not so good on turn 2. Not so good on turn 2. We draw another Modern Age. We're gonna buy the Wisdom, I think. We'll have a 3-2 Death Touch. Actually, I'm probably the Companion, probably. So we're discarding here. This is why I hate looting effects early in the games. All of our cards are good, you know? Like, Wisdom is a cantrip, 2 power, which is pretty good. Searchlight Companion's fine with the Tech Wrecker. Completion's obviously a rule spell. And then another Modern Age is fine, too. What do we discard here? I don't even know. I don't even know. Like, Companions are play this turn. Like... Like, this is a cantrip. This is our play this turn to have a turtle next turn. Oh my god. Yeah, I just got the Modern Age, honestly. We're not getting any value off of it because we're not discarding anything good, so I'm just gonna do this. Maybe it's wrong. I don't know. I just like don't like looting when I have good cards in my hand, and then this is just like more loots. It's like a 2/3 flyer, but we already have like our removal spell, a good removal spell. This is 2 creatures. Why is this bigger? Oh wait, they targeted this. Peerless Samurai, sure. We draw land. I have 2/3. We draw land number 4. Now I can like attack with the flyer, ninja in, and kill this before they have it. That's not that good though. Can't recast it. Can put the Wisdom on a flyer. Tamiya's completion. So many options. Let's put... Because we don't want to put Wisdom... Like, Wisdom plays really bad with the ninjas. So I don't want to put Wisdom on things. I want a ninja also. This would be a 3-2. It's not very good either. God, hard games. Hard games. Alright, I'm just gonna attack. Just gonna say go. Maybe we'll completion. Like, I want to bounce this with the tech record. This is my thing to bounce. So say go. This flips over into a 1/1, which is whatever. Again, really, really good card, but not particularly good on this board. And they're going to arrest my glider. That's probably a better target for my my turtle. And that's fine. Attack. Feel kind of bad not making a play this turn, but I think it's fine. Untap and draw. I didn't draw land. We attack with these. I'm going to send in this 1/1/2 actually, because I'm going to kill this enchantment. So attack like this. They block with this. I'll kill this and kill this too. So we're going to ninja. They didn't do it. And we're going to kill the kill this thing. And then just play this thingy and equip it next turn, I guess, right? For next turn. Pretty good board. Pretty good board. Next turn, you can fire up the Wisdom. On probably the Vector Glider, I think. They have a lot of cards in hand, though, so... That's a card. That's a card. Yeah, that's really good. This is Menace also. Yeah, it's pretty good, but sure. Alright, we have a Tameo for this. We can complete that one. We can also kill the Peerless Samurai, too, so... This is all fine. This is all fine. We just, like, play land, kill the Samurai, hit this thing going. Yeah, so jam with everything except for this. Not this, because I don't want to trade this for the portrait, so... Attack with these two. And we're just going to kill this now because they have a trick. Say go. Knock this thing out. Once this thing is tapped, you can't do anything anyway, so this is fine. This is fine. Repel the Vial on my freaking 1/1.
Now his failure is complete.
Yeah. That worked out pretty well for us, if I do say so myself. Attack for 1, I love it. I love the aggression. The give in to your anger. They're going to play the Crucible as a land, not a spell. Interesting. We're going to jam here. Should I put the Wisdom on the... Should that would not draw a card? Is that 4/4 in play? Generate permanent this creature among the creatures that raise power. So this like won't draw a card, honestly. Just going to play some creatures and attack, whatever. Playing a land's a little sketch, honestly. They could have a 6-drop in their hand. If I get Wrath again, I'd be pretty sad. I'd be pretty sad, I'm not going to lie. Right now, we're like 4-1 or 5-1. Don't Wrath me, please. Whew, that was close. So, Threaten. Okay. I think his card's heinously bad. Really, really bad. So, now we kill them. Right? Yeah, sure, whatever. Don't draw a card off this, but... Yeah, whatever, they're dead. Alright, yeah, this card's so bad. This card's so bad. Alright, so, we'll take it. We'll take it. Alright, Matt. You're in the way of our first 7-win run here. This card's terrible. Terrible. God, this card is bad. We got some stinkers in our deck. This is obviously the whole point of Bronze Mythic is that we're learning. This is only my 3rd draft. So, we're learning what cards are good and what cards suck. And thankfully, we have the Modern Age in our deck, so you can discard the ones that suck. Just good planning. Just good planning. Alright, so, Modern Age. And draw, okay. I think I just discarded the Merge Keeper. This card's just freaking terrible. Next turn is Visitor plus Modern Age. This card's awful. Like, this is so bad. Just so bad. Ooh, that card's good. Alright, they got a deck here. They got a deck here. Best color in the set? No idea. This is literally our 3rd draft, so I'm definitely not in a place to make any authoritative statements about the format. Saban, awesome, my friend. Mono red, killing it. Alright, let's go to Forest. Alright, play land. So we're not going to play Visitor plus Modern Age. And put a counter on the Visitor, I guess. We have a decent amount of cards left. We have Tech Wrecker next turn if we want it. We have Wisdom. Ooh, Preserver's a great draw. So now we have Preserver next turn if we want it. We can also attack with the Modern Age, Tech Wrecker it, and then cast it again for a counter if they play an enchantment. We'll see. We'll see. Double Imperial Subduer. So blocking ain't on the menu. Blocking ain't on the menu. It's really, really tapped. The good news is that they're just like not getting in for that much. They're not attacking with everything, so... Alright, so... Flip Saga. Loot. A Familiar. I think we just dump the Historian's Wisdom because we don't want to go big on one creature because they're just tapping stuff. So... I guess it's an enchantment though. We have Visitor. Maybe that's not good. This turn we can go... We could just like Wisdom the Visitor and just smash for a bunch. This thing can block. I guess Familiar does block pretty well on this board. That is true. That is true. That's pretty cool. Wow. A lot of choices. A lot of choices. So Arm Guard is good against Subduer. Wisdom is a counter and a draw.
15 months of quality.
Xeno, reset. Thanks so much.
Looking forward to what the future brings. Also Naruto sound effects for Ninja Soundboard.
Get some challenging games. We can't just play the Kappa as like a Death Touch blocker. That's like totally reasonable. We don't need to use the Ninja ability on it. This card's so hard to play because you just don't discard cards early, you know? We want to keep this thing. We want to keep the Preserver. Like the Wisdom's, I guess, the worst card. It's just like a double trigger and it draws a card. You know, it's pretty good right now. Ay, ay, ay. Alright, I'm going to discard the Kuni. And just play 2/2 drops this turn. Play land, play Familiar, play Tech Wrecker, and just say go. Just play it the old-fashioned way.
Go ninja, go ninja, go.
And say go. So, now we have blockers out the wazoo. We have more flyers next turn. We can pump the flyer up next turn. They also, like, they have, like, Arrest and, like, the 4 damage to attacker spells, removal spells, possibly. So, getting the Glider up to 4 to 5 toughness is pretty cool. They're going to fire in for an attack here. Wow. So, they can tap 2 creatures. Get some lifelink. So, racing is kind of like out of the equation. This card's really freaking good. The Samurai. This card's very, very good. It's like pretty easy block here, right? Like, you got a trick, use it, whatever. It's my crappy 2-drop, I don't care. You're gonna sacrifice it to save the thing? Sure. That's great. Good trade for us. Good trade for us. They're gonna play an Imperial Recovery. That one's gotta go. That one's got to go. So we are going to cast Wisdom. No, cast Preserver, I think. Cast Preserver. Put a counter on the Wrecker. Attack them. They have to chump block or lose this. So play this. And one counter here. One counter on the flyer. Yeah. And then this cruise for 2. Let's attack with these 2. This is whenever it attacks, you return the creature. So they can just like chump block if they want to, but that's fine. Putting both counters on the cap is not necessary, I don't think. So if they block with the unit and we just trade, that's fine also. So I don't mind that. I don't mind that. Alright, they blocking. They blocking. Love it. I love to see it. Wait, what? Sure. Okay. And now they seem to have nothing. So let's play it a little closer to the vest here, I guess. We have Wisdom plus Fang. We also have the Preserver in combat, which is obviously really, really good right now because their blocks are horrible. They have the Planeswalker, so be it. I'm not playing on a Mythic here. So play this thing. Put a counter on the Visitor. Smashes everything. Smash with everything. This card's great. This card's super good. What do you got? What do you got? Block. Oh my god. It's a massacre. It's a massacre, folks.
So you get
You got tricks?
nothing. You lose.
You got tricks?
Good day, sir.
You better have tricks. Tricks or a wrath, because this is an absolute blowout. Woo!
Game. Blouses.
That was a sweet game. We'll take that. We'll take that. All right, sweet. Where are we at now? Is that 7 wins? Is that 6 wins? I don't even know. I lost track. There were so many non-games in this draft that like I can't even keep track anymore. That was 7 wins. All right. I mean, that was probably the least exciting episode of Bronze and Mythic in the history of the series. I really appreciate every single one of you for being here. If you're still here after watching that, you're a true fan. Give yourselves a hand. Give yourselves a hand because that was just bad TV. Half my opponents didn't even do anything. They didn't do a thing. Our deck wasn't. I don't think our deck was like bad necessarily. Let's hop on over to the untapped stats for our deck. Again, download untapped.gg using my link, please. Hashtag sponsored. They're freaking great. It's free to download. And I like the curve of our deck. You know, we had double Wrecker, double Modern Age, double Fang, Visitor. We had a pretty nice low curve. This card was terrible. We never drew this construct. This card I think is pretty good though. If you have 2 Modern Ages, like, that's great. That's great. And this card was pretty bad too, honestly. Wisdom wasn't great either. Companion was passable. It's like fine with ninjas, you know. Moonsnare, I'm a little low on this card. It's like fine, but Sky Swimmer Completion was pretty good. This card listed an instant scoop. This card's great. The Preserver. Thundersteel. So our deck had some bad cards in it, but our opponents just didn't do anything. And we won. So we'll take it. Weird draft again. Weird draft again for sure. And if you want to see my personal stats as well, you can use my link !Dex in chat to see my information on this. All right. So episode 3 is in the books. 7-1. Episode 4 coming up. But YouTube folks, love you. Like, comment, subscribe, leave a comment. You're all freaking great. All right. Thanks for watching YouTube.